Depth chart surprises. We got an updated depth chart from the Oklahoma Sooners. Let's discuss that coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Updated depth chart. Jay, what stood out to you the most?
So we've got, of course, Ott is on there. He's an or at the third back with Xavier Robinson. So that means they're going to try to get him more integrated. We just got to get more engaged and get him going.
Yep.
Fasusi's an or with Baklenko. So we know Fasusi had the boot on at Temple, but it looked like he was running around trying to play and have fun on said boot. Bro, slow it down. We don't need you to, if you're actually trying to preserve your body, we don't want you to do something to hurt your body. Slow that down. But truth be told, though, the one biggest one, Keontez Lewis is listed as the starting wide receiver with no or. That to me jumped out pretty big. You know, we've talked about this or whatnot last show, wondering if Keontez was going to play or if we get us an appearance from Giovanni Gibson. He is not shown on the depth chart here right now. But there's one last thing, though, that I want to point out because I thought this was very, very intriguing, that on the kick return, we don't have Ott anymore. It's Satania and Peyton Bowen.
Totally missed that. But that, to me, that's interesting. I want a dynamic playmaker back there. Jade Knott should be that guy. Like you said, there's just something not quite right about him right now. And so give me somebody that's going to be a little bit more assertive, a little bit more aggressive, has some comfortability back there returning kicks. I don't need any more bobbled kick returns. I don't need Oklahoma starting inside the 10 because we have a guy back there bobbling kicks. Just can't have it. So Isaiah Satania gives you an opportunity to get some plus performances out of the kick return game. More often than not, he's going to fair catch it or it's going to be a touchback going out the back of the end zone. But there are going to be opportunities here and there for him to make something happen. Get the ball in my dude's hands as many times as you can. Please do that. On Luke Baklenko, the guy's played well. You know, he's kind of flown under the radar since coming over. To me, he was a nice veteran addition. Reminds you a little bit of the, McCade Matire addition. Somebody that, okay, you're not sure exactly what you're going to get, but you're probably going to get solid play. And so far, he's been that for Oklahoma. Now it's just a matter of, will he be able to hold up when called upon against SEC competition? I mean, he's been one of your better tackles this season. Obviously, Michael Fasusi is the name you want out there because against Michigan, he was everything that you expected a 5-star to be. He was as advertised. Going back and watching some of that, his pass sets were fantastic. Yeah. He's going to get better in the run game, but as a pass protector, he's already really, really good. So if Fasusi is ready and healthy to play, he's obviously going to be the guy getting most of the reps, but Baklenko hasn't been bad either. He's been solid. So that's a good place to be. I thought it was interesting that, like you mentioned, Keontez Lewis was listed as a starter, not with a co-starter next to him, but Ivan Carrion is the next guy up. If Keontez can't go, which I don't expect him to go this week, simply because of the significance of the hit and the concussion and how long he was on the ground, I don't expect him to play this week. But Ivan Carrion is somebody that they've been very happy with and very pleased with his performances through fall camp. They called him one of the most consistent wide receivers that they had. We saw highlights out of fall camp of him making some pretty impressive grabs in contested catch situations. You need to have a guy like that that's going to be able to go up and get the football. The size is already pretty impressive. Now it's just a matter of getting him out there in live competition against a really, I'm not going to say a really good secondary, but against a good defense, and letting him go make some plays. He's not going to be a dude that creates a ton of separation. You're going to have to throw it to him in contested catch situations, but he's really good on that vert wide receiver route tree where he can run those comebacks. He can run, the fade, the go, win that way. And I think he provides something for John Mateer.
Yeah, and he makes some nice, one-handed catches too. So it's always a plus to have that going there as well.
Almost came down with that one against Temple.
He really was like a game of inches,
close.
baby. It's always a game of inches. Understand that. So, but I do expect to see him. And honestly, I can see Elijah Thomas getting some burn as well. Like he's right there behind him. And I can see them sneaking him in. I can see them sneaking Zion Kearney in to get some, not only some X run, but also in the slot. Think about it this way. You put Zion Kearney out there and you move either Burks or Satania to the outside. You've got a big physical wide receiver that's going against not only linebackers, but they're going against nickel corners, who are usually the smaller guys. They may be quicker, but I mean, Kearney's big and he's physical. And so we saw that even in some of the plays when the two passes he caught from Mateer of being able to catch and hang on to it in a physical situation. And so I anticipate more Kearney, more like a lot more continued, because he's showing that he's trusted. He can be trusted. That's one of the things when it comes to wide receiver. Can I trust you to catch the ball? Can I trust you to be in the right spot in your route tree? That way, when I throw it to that spot, if it's a timing route, your body will physically be there. If I can count based upon how I know you run, I think Zion Kearney's going to build up that continued trust and get some more burn as we get into the bigger games. When Giovanni Gibson gets here, though, that's when we're really going to be able to see some fun, because then you'll have a whole bunch of big dudes that you can play. But in this game, I think this may actually be either the Burks or Satania game, because it's been good seeing both of them show out in separate games. I think one of those two are going to as well. But defense, though, John, this defensive depth chart is fascinating.
Yeah,
there is a
really
substantial. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 oars. Literally every position.
Yeah, what stood out to me is Kendall Dolby, KD15. He's not listed among the cheetahs. He's strictly a cornerback.
Yep.
So, and he's listed as an oar with Gentry Williams. You know, Kendall's working his way back from a variety of ailments that, you know, he had during fall camp. Gentry Williams working his way back from a hamstring. Sounds like both guys are going to be available to play. Jacoby Johnson got back into the lineup. He'll rotate with Cortland Guillory, but you got to like where cornerback is headed. The trajectory on that is really, really nice, and they're getting healthy at the right time. So that's encouraging and exciting.
Yeah, Boganowski's sitting here as the starter in the oar with Robert Spears Jennings too. That's fascinating.
I think that's alphabetical. That's my theory.
Your theory is alphabetical, but Doby is before Williams.
Right. D before W, Jay.
But Williams is on top of Doby.
Okay, well.
Right. I'm in the exact same boat. I don't know. You may be right on it, because Cortland over Jacoby, Peyton over, Hardy over Omarion. I don't know.
No, maybe it doesn't work, because Heineke
Dominic
comes before Lewis, Williams comes before Stone, Jackson before
Jackson.
Okay.
And Halton. Yeah, it's a lot of
Maybe Michael Boganowski's overtaking our guy RSJ. I mean, that is surprising to me. I'm a bit surprised by that if that's the case, but Michael Boganowski's played well when he's gotten on the field, and he's playing with authority out there.
Oh, he's authority. Now, this is the other one too that jumped out to me as well. Not only, of course, the linebacker space is set up with oars, and that's the expectation. You expected that to have all those oars, because we're playing a lot of linebackers.
And they're all playing well.
Exactly. But at the cheetah, as you mentioned, before the first set of depth charts we've seen, there was no oar on the cheetah. There is an oar now with Kendall Daniels and Reggie Powers, which this is what this tells me. This is my theory. We're going to see Kendall play more will in this game and Reggie play more cheetah. And you unleash the opportunity to go really hit somebody. Because right now, the oar for Will is Kip, Owen, and Kendall. So it's all three. And Kendall Daniels has basically played just about every snap this season. He's been on the field a lot. And that honestly surprised the heck out of me. Yeah. So, because he's picked up everything so much, 93 snaps, which is 5th on the team, I'm sensing that the trust with Brent Venables in him is that they're going to want to play him in different spots and really confuse Jackson Arnold, because he's never seen Kendall Daniels before.
Yeah, and I think they want to probably get bigger, because they know Auburn's going to want to try to establish the ground game. Yep. And so they're going to throw out some 4-3 looks where it's, Kobe, Kip, Kendall Daniels as the trio of linebackers. And you're probably looking at Kobe as playing that Sam linebacker situation that we don't see much in modern football because you're running a lot of nickel. You're running 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers, and you have a nickel backer out there generally. But I think they're going to want to play big and try to just use 7 in the box and see if their defensive backfield, their 2 corners and safeties, can hold up against Eric Singleton and Cam Coleman without having to drop more guys into coverage to win that way. I think they want to make sure that they are not getting run on by Jackson Arnold, by the Auburn rushing attack. They want to make sure that they keep all that in front of them and then get to 2nd and 3rd and longs and then get after the passer.
Exactly. No runs allowed. We've got to stop all of that.
Yep. No runs. We're going to get them some constipation medicine. Coming up, should Oklahoma, I'm sorry, I'm tired, guys.
That's hilarious.
Should Oklahoma fans boo Jackson Arnold? What should the environment be like this Saturday afternoon in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium? We'll discuss coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.